우리 예수냐면 내오먹고 나의 일도 수많은 밤새 주소 세대 나라 새 발소 세대 나라 갈색야미 많은 사수와 비별함에 아들 나와의 뒷 나와의 콩 우리 진진 예수냐면 내오먹고 나의 일도 수많은 밤새 주소 세대 나라 새 발소 세대 나라 갈색야미 많은 사수와 비별함에 몇몇은 춤추다 나의 일이 사다 브레니다 손이다 산 어머세니 원이무냐 새 주소 세대 나라 새 발소 세대 나라 갈색야미 많은 사수와 비별함에 몇몇은 춤추다 나의 일이 사다 브레니다 손이다 산 어머세니 원이무냐 새 주소 세대 나라 새 발소 세대 나라 갈색야미 많은 사수와 비별함에
Owusu
soul serenara, I say David, mornings are strong, Viviara shining
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is yet another day, a new day, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made, that we should all be glad and rejoice in it. Today is a good day. Therefore, I'm sure that good things are coming from Richmond Media to you, to your doorsteps. Today's topic about health issues is nothing but a great thing, a very important message that we have from here. Coming right to your doorsteps is gastritis. What is it? What are the causes? How can it be diagnosed? How do you know that you have gastritis? How can you prevent yourself from getting gastritis? If not you, it might be your family member, your friend, or someone that you are familiar with. So if this topic is not beneficial to you, you can advise someone on when to take a step or how they can prevent themselves from getting gastritis. Today, with me at the studio is no other person than my own brother and a sister that you and I are familiar with them. They are both lovely. They are both handsome and beautiful. Therefore, without wasting much time, may I introduce to you my guest for today is Mr. Maxwell Owusu Ansah. Mr. Maxwell Owusu Ansah, you're welcome once again to Richmond Media.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And my second lady, who is the first lady at this moment, and my second guest is no other person than my own friend and sister, Mrs. Linda Amponsah. Sister Linda,
Thank
you're
you,
welcome.
Hanna.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Our friends and family watching us this afternoon, please, if you haven't called anyone yet, may I advise you to send a message or send the link to someone who is waiting at home, who doesn't know what to do in times of difficulties, or if that person encounters gastritis. If you are watching us this afternoon, may I please advise you to like and subscribe to our channel, Richmond Media. If you are listening to us on the radio, please stay tuned and you have something right from Richmond Media for you. At this time, before we start the program, I would like to express my condolences to my own family, that a powerful family from Sechedmase. We've lost a great person, an uncle who is dear to me. He was buried yesterday, and today he was buried in Sechedmase, but the funeral is still ongoing at CPC at Krofu in Kumasi. If you are around there, why don't you pass there to say hello to my own family? Thank you so much for watching us this afternoon. Mr. Osansa and Sister Linda, when we talk of gastritis, some of us, we've heard of the name, but we don't know exactly what it is. What is gastritis? Any one of you can go. I don't want to choose who to go first.
So
No problem.
want the lady, Miss to go first.
Thank you,
I'll
gentlemen.
Thank you. Okay, so I mean, as Hannah said, of course, we've all heard about gastritis, or we've all heard that, especially when someone complains of tummy ache and nausea, vomiting, and things like that. We might not know the exact word or how to classify that. So we will call that as gastritis. So gastritis is when the lining of your stomach becomes irritated or inflamed. It can cause pain. It can be very severe, indigestion, and also feeling sick or vomiting. So feeling sick, you'll be very nauseous and also vomits as well. And or sometimes it's just sickness. So that's what I understood by gastritis.
It's also Ansah. Please, do you have any
okay.
additional
Yeah, to add to
something to
that.
add it?
Yeah. Just a little addition. The human system, as designed by God, has linings, as he rightly said. And then, if you take the gut, our gastrointestinal tract, into consideration, you would observe that it is lined with a mucous membrane, and then some areas are thicker than the others. So the stomach lining, where the food we eat gets to be acted upon by the digestive enzymes and then the acids. That's lining. When it gets inflamed, as she said, um, that is what is described as the gastritis. So gastritis occurs when the area that firstly receives our food when we eat to be acted upon by the digestive enzymes, when that area it starts causing pain and other symptoms we might be talking about. So that is what is described as gastritis. The mucous membrane, the mucous lining of the stomach getting swollen. Yeah.
Okay, nti me pato nti say ye can gastritis na say aye wasumo kresene na menti asie mu e kire say yafunu no lining bibi sam yafunu no mu a ebo ye ho ban efiri eniema bebre mu nti sanya esam yafunu no mu no se ehya asie say hunu a na ede oyaw ene apnisie eba wabrabom etimi ma wo fefe etimi ema uja wonan basabasa eno ana obroni atu nidin say gastritis. And it's a what's gastritis, then you know where the term gastritis is coming from. Thank you so much for giving us this in-depth understanding of gastritis. So now that we know,
Sorry, Hannah, can I add this to this?
yeah,
It can also cause by bacterium. The bacterium causes the inflammation,
okay,
and also ulcers in the stomach or the small intestines. And
okay.
so we should take that into consideration as well, that something triggered something to happen.
Okay, ntinia Auntie Linda can say sa gastritis etimi emwawa bi a ewo ya fununum enetimi enso etimi de gastritis ne eba ema empo etimi edane ekuro. Yeah, that's ulcer. Yeah. Enti bibisa and etimi ede gastritis eba. I'm trying. It's not easy to translate it, but I'll do my best so that my other family members can also benefit from what we are sharing today. So if we understand it that way, then what are the causes? I think anyway, we've already started mentioning some of them. But if we have any additional items to add to it, then beforehand, Nana Adwa Sifa says, "Oh, great guest. We can't wait." Thank you, Nana Adwa, for spending your time with us. Hanna Bimah, which is my own son, Obrimpon, says, "Nice meeting. Thank you, Obrimpon. Really interesting." Obrimpon, thank you for keeping watching mommy at all times by behaving yourself. Thank you, Obrimpon. Doris Fosia is giving us a clap. So may we continue by what we have to add to the courses, please.
Mr. Owusu, you can
Um,
continue with that. Then I
right.
will add it up if there is anything.
With the causes, whatever happens to the lining that would get it inflamed can be rightly considered as a cause. So when the mucous lining is subjected to exposure of acids or let me say irritants, substances that would cause corrosion to the lining, then it can result in the bruising and the sores that we are talking about. So acid, we already have an understanding that the stomach acids that act on the food that gets there. However, if the lining is being exposed to very potent acids, then it can result in bruising or the ulceration or the inflammation, as we are talking about. And then infection, as said, if we have microbacteria acting on the surfaces, their action could lead to the production of harmful substances that can in turn irritate the cells. And then we can also talk about medications that we use. Examples being the NSAIDs, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as brufen and aspirin. The telling effects it has on the lining, the surface of the stomach, is that it causes irritation. And so mostly when people are being put on that such medications, they are advised to look out for any of these bruising or inflammation and then report it as early as possible. And then when we are subjected to stress, when any individual comes under intense stress, the body reacts by producing some hormones, and then these hormones might end up in the gastric environment very, very acidic, and that could cause irritation and then swelling of that lining. We can also talk about ingestion of some harmful substances such as alcohol. What alcohol does to the body, it's not so good, as we have been talking about. It can cause the lining of the stomach to get irritated and swollen. And so we mostly talk about the ingestion of alcohol as very, very harmful to the mucosal lining of the guts in a whole, to the stomach as a part. So we can talk of infection. One organism that mostly causes that, the microbe, is the Helicobacter pylori microorganism. Um, its actions to cause the production of toxins that harm the lining. So infection, the medication that I talked about, the anti-inflammatory medications such as the brufen, aspirin, drinking alcohol, and then being subjected to stress that will cause the body to react in such a manner that will harm the lining can all be considered as causes of gastritis. Thank you.
Auntie Linda, do you have anything to add to it, or you think it is enough for us to continue?
It's just enough, but I would just say that Owusu Ansah mentioned the ibuprofen and aspirin. So those medication, anytime you take, you make sure you take with food, because aspirin and ibuprofen can irritate the stomach lining.
You know, one thing that I have realized is when you go to the pharmacy or you go to the doctor and you are being prescribed medications like NSAID, and then the pharmacist advised the patient or an ordinary man going over the counter to buy it to take it with food. And then we tend to use our own mechanism. I don't know what we want to experiment. Then
Honestly, I won't blame people much. I've been in that situation and I've taken medication that has been instructed to take it with food. It's unfortunate if you don't understand certain things, you do things without realizing the causes. You think, oh, it's just painkillers. What can you do? But when you learn or you get to know the causes, you will really follow what the doctor says. Even if you don't know, I would advise anyone to follow your prescription or your medication that has been prescribed for you. Is very important.
thank you
Okay.
so much.
Let me also add this. Let me also add this. With experiences coming from people, you see, when people are in pain, intense pain, and they realize that a particular drug helps tones down the pain, they stick to that drug, and then somehow they abuse it. A typical example is diclofenac and then the brufen. It is majorly abused. Any little pain, people fall on that to help them ease their pain. But the effect of that medication can result in gastritis. And so we are pleading, advising that, as have already said in a previous discussion, whatever medication that you are put on by your healthcare practitioner might have been examined in relation to your body, your system, and been found out that the benefits would maybe outweigh the risk. That is when only when they will put you on it. And the guidelines that they associate with the medication is very important. That is to help keep you safe. So if you go over to abuse that drug, then you are causing harm to your own self. So you must be very, very mindful. And then one other thing that could cause this condition is the autoimmune um, actions, in the sense that the body itself tries to um, fight against itself. There are some triggers that could cause your own system to fight against itself. It could be through the food you take. Maybe if you react to any substance, an allergen, if you are allergic to any substance at all, it could result in gastritis. And so we should all take note of things that we react to, the things that we are allergic to, so that we stay off, because those could also cause gastritis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this moment, let's acknowledge Monda Aziz is watching us from Facebook. Thank you so much, Monda Aziz, for spending your time with us. And I think she is loving the lecture. It said that she's giving us some emojis and say, I to be with your lecture. That means she is happy to be with us. Thank you, Monda. And stay with us until the end of the program. And then another program follows it. And I think you will be very, very happy that today you have spent your time with us. Thank you so much, team. I really appreciate the fact that the two of us are working together. It's making this program so Thank you. So, what are some of the signs and symptoms that comes along with gastritis, please?
I think Owusu Ansah has mentioned a few, but to add to it, you get tummy pain, indigestion, feeling full or bloated. So when you eat small amount of food, you feel like you've eaten forever and you don't feel comfortable, and you get tummy bloated. Also feeling sick or nausea, being sick, which means you are vomiting as well, not feeling as hungry as usual, sometimes burping as well, and probably farting.
You know what? Let me explain this in my language. Me pamocho say very important because it told them say you call gastro dia. The bit is say a time sabi from a year and ya ferry.
No.
Yes, but ya ba obroni edru say opesu yi mframa wo dwe ne to we yin mframa won fa ho say obi di nachi. But eba ye mu as Ghanaians na yare ahye wo yafunu ma ama wo yafunu aye kutu. You don't know what to do. Hometew. Sometimes a time alone can save your life. But yana we don't know. Ntimpacho se wo fuye kutu a na se wontumi enter. Dia na wo so a wo hu sa se wo kiso. Now some from an entimi amba out. Watch out. That means you need help. So these are the signs, and nyama way. And I was a woman who said, "Be say ban when we say I was so with Johnny Ekokotwa, with doctor because a time gastro, my yard adjuma wa gastro word that Linda yard wa gastro word that, and Miss Owusu Ansah is still there. And we know what we are talking about. Ntimbacho Emma and Ferrita and Mata and Shawusu na enkun. Ebiana we and dry resabia ho. Nanka wutimi etaye, eyi mframa, egbele wo ho a. Nanka sabre no, nanka wo ho ebetimi esane wo. Mashada na me emphasize e was sa asem we ho. No, Ghanaians ukota obi hu se obi eja mframa, ayi mframa kakra bia. Jase wo kra de wo ho ye ahi. Me ba ja ya munyan sa na eduru mre bia nipadua no onu ankasa eye ne ho aduro ewo saa akwaniasa we mu so awarofo bi wo ho na se wo mo ewo ho na oba no kura akota na be ma ne na no bu afu me sorry say me be botata, but when you come into that professional your body any din yan fari wo ho eta esan se eno any din a ye na nanom ana ye mpanyimfo ana so onyankopon ma ya dwene se yemfa masa sebia no enti oyiri ta enkonkoja no because water ebia na yare bi hye no ho a na saa abre no eta na wotaye no ene ne betimi ama no ade ne ho afri saa yade no medamasi bebre please
let me just add to this, Hanna. I have also worked in surgical units.
Exactly.
In surgical units, if you have done any operation regarding your intestines,
yes,
and the doctors come round or the consultant comes round, they ask you, have you farted today? Like I said, no, I haven't. Yeah, baby sir, they come. If you haven't, you need to fart before they can discharge you. Exactly. You need to open your bowels before you will be discharged. So when you come to the ward from the theater and you haven't farted, it will be an issue. That means there's air still there. You need to release it out. So it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is an advice. Please, if you have someone with you that is in that condition, and I would see what being channel one will send you back chrono, why you from fine, a bit me a bone, a be a bone. And why would you grab one pan and say, be a bit me busani pan and say, obey here, baby, Anna. Because every crown what to tune and ya won't baby, and won't Gina, and also Uncle John and I, and also Uncle and Cotton. But and I'm so one ya baby auntie what in penny one also ferry say or best sorry. Once I know to train it to know kind of to mam, but who catch ma. The other banner said there was a jamu and jamu behia a bit jamu que a bar nipana no way I trying to me pamucha nipan feel comfortable. But someone person of one nipana wait me actually baby that person can have help from now what me aqua ye. Thank you so much. This is very important message. I really love this topic because it is really educative and we are all taking something from it. Not only our viewers, but all of us. Thank you so much. Friends and family, let me recommend one company to you. If you are sending money to Ghana, I recommend one company, which is OAP Community Shield. It's a money transfer company that sends money to Ghana. As soon as you send it to your friends or family, you just receive it instantly. So are you a church or an association looking to raise funds for your welfare? OAP has a deal for you. Your church, shop, restaurants, or association can get monthly donations from OAP if you and other members of your church or association send money with OAP. Your first transfer, you get extra £5 on it. But the only way that will give you that extra £5 is by using the coupon code, which is Richmo. So don't forget to use Richmo when you send money to Ghana. And you can contact us if you're sending money or you want to start using OAP Community Shield at info@oneafrica.io, or you can call us on, if you're calling from outside UK, it's +44 7960568295, or if you're calling within UK is 07960568295. Me bacho me kanfo sikamanie nkurabata ba kope ama any OAP Community Shield. So person with this sika eko Ghana ekoma wabusuafo yemfa school fees yemfa ndidi yemfa nko ayaresabia anase yemfa enye ejapade bi emfa mawa aya OAP Community Shield. So yeah, asafu and also we kuo now per se uhia sika edi ato ufutuo mu a me pacho me kanfo OAP Community Shield edi amount esane say wo send dia wunya mfaso efiri so na first time I will be send this edi afa OAP Community Shield no wunya £5 say she edi eto so wo smart sika na wo send ya na obisuafo gina ho na wo gi na odi aye ne a wo pese onfa enye enitime ma wo remfi na ade a ebetimi ama wo di enya sa mfaso ya ewo so eni so be use coupon code your friend Richmo so there enoa and I will share ye nti me pa cho person sha ase contact yen na obeye insura e de ama woni wabusua enam OAP Community Shield. So me that's it bebre at this time. Obrimpon says well done, thank you Obrimpon. And Peter Poku says, oh mami Hanna yeda was a pass wo study yen what is yenaka akan kasa mu mayen bomodin na sa mayen. Sorry sir, I'm just reading it, but I'm trying. Our so thank you so much. Other uncle is saying that I've been able to translate it into our own dialect that some of our family can also understand what we are saying and can also benefit from what we are sharing at this moment. Thank you, Uncle Peter, for spending your time with us. Uncle Peter is watching us from Amsterdam. Thank you so much. God bless you, whoever is watching us. I know Auntie Maggie is also watching us from Amsterdam. Papa Nico is sitting down at home watching his daughter from Amsterdam. Whoever is watching us, God bless you for keeping watching us all the time. And I know that you are always available to watch us and to take something from what we are discussing here, which is very important. And today's topic is nothing but gastritis from health issues. With me is Sister Linda Amponsah and Mr. Owusu Ansah as we continue our topic from now. Keep watching us and call everyone to come and benefit what we have for all of us, not just you. Thank you. Auntie and uncle. So, how can gastritis be developed? I think we've mentioned it along line. Yeah, we have already emphasized on that. But is there any additional comments or suggestion that you want to add to it apart from what you have already uh, informed us?
Yeah. So since it is a
I
bruise
think
or a stone.
when I talk of the development, the
Okay.
stages of it, is there anything like that? Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So it happens gradually, and you might not it's until there is the bruise or the irritation, and by that time you would have been experiencing the pain already. And so any discomfort you will have in your you should be concerned. You should be really concerned about that, and then report it to your healthcare practitioner so that the right investigations can be done, and they will see how to help you out. So you shouldn't take any abdominal, let me say, gastric discomfort lightly. Yes, because aside autoimmunity, that is your own body fighting against you. Aside that, um, all of the other causes of the gastric conditions is closely related to things we put in our bodies through our mouth. So after anything else, after any ingestions, maybe if you take any oral fluid, food or medication, and you experience any discomfort at all that has not been talked about to you by your prescriber or your healthcare practitioner, kindly report it so that they can be able to help you the earliest. That can save you a lot of money, stress, and time. So we should be very mindful of such things.
Thank you so much. Auntie Linda, do you have anything to add to it? So are you okay with what you
No, let's continue.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osi Ansah. And see, Mr. Osi Ansah, what is trying to say that Bibi Biara will bet say, also, wo yafunu ekika, Bibi Biara befa wonum akobiano. Enyaka wo yafunu, na wo yafunu mu tutu kikawa. E was say, Uma wadrin, and also Oma wani eba wo ho so because ka biribi akyerɛ wo sɛ biribi ɛrekɔ so wɔ wo yafunu mu a nkɔ yie nti ɛwɔ sɛ wotu anammɔn mfiti ase ɛsiane sɛ biribi biara a ɛbɛkɔ ɔyɛ mu no ɛnya wura mu a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ n'adwuma sɛ ɛbɛyɛ adwuma pa anaasɛ ɛbɛyɛ adwuma bɔne no ɛna wura mu no ɛredi dwuma wɔ ho nti tu anammɔn before it is too late. Thank you so much. At this moment, I just want to say, may the soul of my uncle, Alaji or Kofiusu, be rest in peace. We were told last week that when the body, the breath leaves the body, it doesn't become a soul. But that's another another day. We will bring one pastor one time here for us to know how that is being uh, is it a process or being done or being taught? Then we will understand that one. But I reserve my comment is here. But as it has always been said, Uncle Owusu or Alaji, may your soul rest in peace at Sechedumasi Cemetery. Auntie and Uncle Owusu Ansah, can gastritis be cured at all?
Yes, it can be cured. Of course, we have treatment for it. So it can be cured by, I mean, when it happens, it's a bacterial infection. So you will need some antibiotics for some weeks. I mean, sorry, not weeks, few days, couple of days. And it can also help. And also with sometimes we need to, when it happens, you need to give your stomach a little break. There are certain food that when you eat, it can irritate it as well. So you give it a break, and also for it to resolve. Because when you have it like that, you start vomiting, you being sick, and things like that. So there are certain food that you think it will irritate it. You need to get away from it, and at least with a day, you try with water and see how it goes, and then that will help as well.
Okay, and to add to that, um, it can be cured. That is the more reason why you should act really fast when you experience minor discomfort, because if it is not diagnosed earlier and treated earlier, it can deteriorate into ulcer, gastric ulceration. So if you act quickly enough, that can be cured and you would have your peace of mind. But if it gets into the ulcerative state, that is quite hard fighting. And even after that, after you've had a control over your ulcer, the lining will have a scar. It will be scarred. So that will be there for the rest of your life, and you're going to have consequences of that. And so it rests on us to act pretty quickly when we experience all the discomfort that we have been talking about. And with the treatment, um, it is mostly based on the cause. So, as she said, if it is a bacteria that caused the irritation, then you would need antibiotics to treat it. If it's food that you are reacting to, as she said, you go off such substances. If they are drugs, you can be given counteracting drugs, the antacids, to combat the effects of such drugs. And so it is it can be treated, and then the treatment is mostly based on the cause. So if we are able to discover what brought about that gastritis, then we would focus all the plan towards that. And then the definitive way of finding out if it is gastritis is mostly by endoscopy. Um, when we take your symptoms into consideration, we might also do some labs to see if the organism is there. And then finally, a camera can be put through to look at your lining and see the way it is, the condition it is in. And then afterwards, a final diagnosis can be given and then the treatment will follow. So it is treatable. It's very treatable. It can be treated. So we shouldn't wait till it gets to the ulcerative states. That becomes a major problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are creating awareness and promoting health on this platform. So please, if you are watching us or you are listening to us, we are not telling you to go and force your doctor to go and put you under or on the list of endoscopy for endoscopy, because you've heard that we say that is part of it. But we are telling you the options that is available, but that is based on the assessment that the doctor will make. And then the doctor will be able to put you on the right pathway that will benefit you. Keep it in mind that what will benefit Linda might not be beneficial to me, as well as Mr. Owusu Ansah. So we are promoting health and then creating awareness on this platform. We are not giving you any treatment. But if you are having any discomforts as well, and you think it will be gastritis, we are not telling you to go and just take antibiotics, because you don't know the specific one that will be okay, or that will help you, or that will help cure your condition. If you have any problem, please go to see your doctor, and your doctor will be able to put you on the right pathway. Mr. Tai Mohammed says, well done, everyone. Very educative topic. Thank you so much, Auntie Tai, for your time. And I hope you will continue to stay with us until the end of the program. Thank you so much for pointing out that this program is educative. Indeed, it is educative, because when it comes to gastro, it's from mouth to whatever comes out. So it involves a lot. So please continue to stay tuned. You are watching us right from Richmond Media, Facebook Richmond Media, and then YouTube is Richmond Media, and on radio as well, Richmond Media. So continue to call friends and family to come and listen to what we have on this platform, which is nothing good news but gastritis. Linda, do you have any?
I just want to quickly add to what you just said, that don't go to your health, your doctors or your GP to sort of, insist you need this. When you have gastritis, as Owusu Ansah said, they will do certain tests for them to be sure. So treatment of gastritis varies. It depends on the cause. Certain medications kill bacteria, whilst others elevate indigestion type symptoms. So your health care provider might recommend maybe antibiotics, as we've already mentioned, or Owusu Ansah said, is a calcium carbonate medication, reduces the stomach acid explosion, or sometimes, when you eat, you feel like you have acid sort of coming. It's very uncomfortable. So you will go to your healthcare provider and explain your symptoms to them, and they can recommend certain things. And histamine as well is the H2 blockers. It's also, when you explain your symptoms, they may prescribe what medication you need to take. And also the proton pump inhibitors, is such as the omeprazole, lansoprazole, and things like that. So it's better to see your healthcare provider for them to know your symptoms before they can prescribe something that can help, rather than you going to the counter to buy any medication.
Thank you. The question that I was going to ask is what role does diet plays in the treatment of? I think you've mentioned a bit on the diet, but have you got any specific ones that you want to add to what is this idea?
Well, some people find the following food that I'm going to mention a bit it helps to ease their symptoms of gastritis. So high fiber foods is very good as well. And also food, when you eat a little bit late, I'm not saying it could be a gastritis, but when you eat late, you can feel that the acid is sort of coming up. You feel very uncomfortable. Some oily food during late eating with oil food, and also chili, hot pepper, it can also trigger some acid and very uncomfortable as well. So high fiber foods, it could be the whole grains, fruits, vegetables, beans, and low fat foods. A bit to say fish. Len is very small. It's like a beans, but I don't know how to describe it. But yeah. Also, meats and some vegetables, food with low acidity as well, and vegetables, as I mentioned, beans can also be something that can be a bit better and help.
Thank you so much, Auntie Linda. Mr. Ansah, are you okay, or you have something to add to it?
Yes, I have a few things to add as well. There are foods that increase the or have high acidic loads, and there are foods that have low ones. In the medical terms, they describe it as the PRAL value, the renal acidic load. Some foods may however, look acidic, but if they get into your system, it leaves a pretty minimal acidic effects. And so most of such foods are the ones that help numb the or calm the pain you might experience. And so we should also be in the habit of knowing the alkalinity and then the acidity of the foods we take. Um, Examples are the citric foods. We should be mindful and know how to use them in our meals. The lime, the oranges, the pineapples. But we should know how to use them in the meal. And then what helps us calm down or ease the pain should be what we tend to when we have gastritis, because we don't need foods or substances that would elevate the pain. Substances such as alcohol and even mostly stimulants like caffeine, they tend to elevate the pain. So we should cut down on that. So when you have gastritis or when you are experiencing the pain after eating and such discomforts, even before you see your healthcare practitioner, you should know about some of the things that you should tone down on. Caffeine and most of the stimulants are not good for the stomach lining, and so we should be very, very mindful of that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uzansa. Obi wa odi meko a ne yam tutu no. Anso obedi meko da bia. Enti hunu wo ho na ho aduane a eyema wo nipadua no. Na wo hu nia wo de beko wo yam. Esanse ekoduru wo yam wi a, sase keka no wo keka wo obekeka wa wie. Ansa na abeje wo ho no, na wa fa mu bi. Enti let's know whatever we are taking in before we take it in. Observe yourself and then make a choice out of it. Mr. Owusu Bequin says, good afternoon to everyone. God bless you all for this program. Thank you so much, my brother, for always keeping time, saving time, spending time with us right at Richmond Media. We appreciate you a lot. Whoever is watching us this afternoon, please, you can just send hi, and then we will be able to acknowledge you. If you don't, let us know that you are with us. So you are there, but we might not be able to know who is watching us. We do appreciate everyone that is spending your time at this moment with us this afternoon. It's a blessing, it's a joy to have you at Richmond Media. Continue watching us, continue saving time with us, and I know you get something out of what we are giving you this afternoon. Even if not you, it might be your friend, your colleague, your family member that will benefit from you through this program. Um, at this moment, oh, Sister Pabitra says, thank you, Hannah and the team. Thank you, Sister Pabi. I do appreciate you a lot. When you are having a program and your manager from a different place, workplace, spending their time all the time watching you, then you count yourself a blessed. Thank you, Sister Pabi, for always supporting us. Richmond Media, we say thank you so much. At this moment, what are some of the recommendations from who concerning gastritis, please?
Okay. So the guidelines concerning the prescription of the NSAIDs, that is a major one. So WHO has guidelines, and when it comes to putting people on the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the drugs that help ease pain but has the side effect of irritating the gastric mucosa. So whenever you have to use, or your doctor tells you to use any of these drugs, they tell you specifically what to do. So you should go by that, or else you will find yourself wanting. The drugs such as brufen, aspirin, and other drugs in the category, they mostly have strict conditions in which they're supposed to be taken. And so you should go by that. And then other drugs, they also have dietary restrictions. There are some of them you would have to take on empty stomach. With that, when you have gastritis, and they tell you specifically or exactly what to do. So what I'm trying to say is, you have to listen to your prescriber when it comes to the medication you are put on, so that you don't get yourself into any trouble. Okay, thank you.
Auntie Linda, what have you got to add to this, please? Auntie Linda, please, you are muted.
Sorry, I think also Ansah has said it all. But what I'm going to add is to prevent gastritis, prevent yourself from gastritis. So as we've already mentioned from the beginning, we need to avoid fatty foods, oily fried things, spicy, acidic food, caffeine, if we can cut down or not to take it at all. And also eating smaller meals throughout the day, or managing stress as well. As we mentioned from the beginning, a gastritis also can, caused by stress. And also not taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs as well. And also reducing alcohol or not taking at all. And also when you eat, at least, or don't even lie down 2 to 3 hours after a meal. You have to at least do a walk or sit upright so that the food will digest, so you don't get any acid reflux.
Thank you so much, team, for how far that the Lord has brought us and how far you have been able to stay with us up to this point. We really appreciate our viewers at this time. Without you, this program will be given to who? No one. So we thank you so much for coming to this program. Always make time, and you will hear more from us from Richmond Media. Auntie Linda, we say God bless you for giving your precious time to Richmond Media. We really appreciate you, and we're hoping that every Sunday, if it is possible, you always have time to spend with us. Mr. Owusu Ansah, what can I say to you? I say, may God bless you for availing yourself to be used by Richmond Media to the whole world, because everyone is benefiting from the three of us this afternoon. And the fourth one is Richmond himself. Sir Bobby, we say thank you so much for your support at this time. Without you, this program cannot be broadcasted. Therefore, we say, may the good Lord bless you. To everyone who has made it possible for this program to come on, we say, may the good Lord bless you. As you always keeping on, keep supporting us wherever you are. We say, may the good Lord bless you. And the same time again next week, right from Richmond Media to your doorstep. We're just bringing it to you. Just make yourself available and you will hear more from that. Even if you've heard nothing from this program today, you've heard that when you are being prescribed some certain types of medication, you have to read the instructions to know what you have to do. Don't just take the medication because you are in a crisis, but you go according to what the prescriber has prescribed for you. Eat food that will help you as a human being, not because everyone is eating. If meko is not good for you, don't constantly eat meko because you have been brought up by meko. Observe yourself to see what is beneficial to your whole being, and then in order to prevent yourself from getting gastritis. But if you get it when you want to ease yourself, feel free to ease yourself. People around you have to understand that a time has to come out because it is meant to come out. Please don't bombard the person when something like that happens in public. If it is a wish of the person, that wouldn't have happened, but because it is not his or her own wish to bring it, just take it as it is. And the same time, next time, you will meet me, myself, Hanna, Bimah, and my team again. God bless you. From now until then, it is bye-bye.